Did you know that sustainable investing is reshaping the financial world in 2024 as we know it? The clean energy boom is new, and there's really no way to know which companies are going to do incredibly well. But rather than predicting in a couple different companies, in today's video, we're going to be looking at the sustainable clean energy ETFs that are out there and making sure that you're investing in them because, of course, getting exposure to the industry itself versus buying specific companies is the way that I do it. If you followed any of my videos, I only invest in ETFs and ETFs only because of the risk mitigation factor and the ability to not pick and choose specific stocks. Now, one of the biggest things to remember when you're investing in these clean energy ETFs is really the expense ratio. They can vary greatly from ETF to ETF, and also looking at the fund's overall performance. Now, also remember, when you're looking at past performance, it's not really indicative to what we could see in the future, but you have to make sure that the returns that an ETF is providing really justifies the expense that you're getting. So let's look at a couple of these ETFs, starting with the Invesco Solar ETF. Now, this one has a ticker symbol of TAN, T-A-N. Now, this one has an expense ratio of 0.69, and a majority is allocated to the solar energy holdings. So specifically looking at this Invesco Solar ETF, this again is very specific when it comes to the solar aspect, meaning that that is where a majority of your money is going to be going. Now, the 5-year return on this ETF is 9.82, so doing pretty well with the return. And of course, it does specialize in alternative energy, might not be as diversified as we see some of the other funds with different types of energy. But of course, at this, the top 3 holdings of this company is First Solar, Enphase Energy, and Solar Edge Technologies, Inc., which makes this in its entirety really focused hard into that solar energy production. The second fund we look at is the iShares Global Clean Energy ETF. The ticker symbol for this one is ICLN. This ETF has almost $5 billion in assets, which makes it one of the absolute largest energy funds that we see. Expense ratio of 0.40 and earns a high AA MSCI ESG score, which means the fund is measured against environmental, social, and corporate governance factors. Currently, the ICLN, which is the iShare Global Clean Energy Fund, currently the ICLN's 3 top holdings include First Solar, Enphase Energy, and Ibrola SA for their holdings. And also looking at the 5-year average, it has yielded 6.68%, which is pretty decent for a clean energy ETF. The next ETF we look on this list is the Invesco Wilder Hill Clean Energy ETF. The ticker symbol on this one is PBW. Now, this one tracks the Wilder Hill Clean Energy Index, which is made up of stocks that include clean energy and the conservation of the planet. Now, the expense ratio on this one is 0.62, and the currently top 3 holdings of the NAAS Technologies, EV Go Inc., and Renew Energy Global. So it is all companies that are majorly into the clean energy conservation and also the conservation of the planet. But then it brings the question, why invest in these clean energy ETFs? Now, between the White House, really the green initiative that we're seeing on a global, with the automakers committing to electric vehicles, which we don't know exactly how that's going to turn out, but the green revolution, essentially to save the planet, is here. Now, when you look at clean energy ETFs, it offers energy companies that you really don't have to pick and choose. That is the reason why we do the ETF investing. And of course, you can really broaden it out to solar, to wind, to energy, to everything within the market just through these ETFs. Now, when you look at a lot of the ETFs, some of them also do not have 5-year data. Some of them do have much greater data that, again, past performance doesn't really show what they're going to do in the future. Renewable energy is still a very new ETF and a very new field. Rather than going in and picking really single stocks that are going to invest in different things when it comes to clean energy, this will help you diversify your portfolio versus going and relying on just one single company. And of course, when it comes to investing, make sure you guys are doing your own research. We share a lot of companies, we share a lot of ETFs and a lot of data on this channel. If you like the content that we're putting out, definitely subscribe to the channel because there's a lot more that is going to be coming down the pipeline. But again, make sure when you're doing investment that you know what you're investing in. You do your research, you know exactly what you're doing. You're not taking, investing advice from people on TikTok and YouTube and everywhere else. If you don't want to do any of your own research, definitely I recommend getting a financial advisor to go ahead and do all the research and the studies for you. All right, guys, so that is going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.